What begins in a single place has the power to shape the world. I want to share a handful of lessons that may guide you toward building a better life and, in turn, a better world. These lessons come from my years in the military, but they are not confined to uniforms, ranks, or battlefields. They are lessons that hold true no matter who you are, where you come from, what language you speak, what faith you follow, or what status society has given you. Our struggles as human beings share a common thread, and so too do the lessons that help us rise above them. The path to change begins with us, and from there, ripples outward. So, allow me to share the 10 lessons I carried away from Navy SEAL training, lessons that might serve you as you move through your own journey. Each morning during training, our instructors, all hardened veterans of Vietnam, would storm into our barracks. The first order of business was to check our beds. If the sheets were pulled tight, the corners squared, the pillows centered, and the blanket folded neatly at the foot, we passed. If not, we failed. At first, it seemed absurd. After all, we were training to be elite warriors, not housekeepers. But the point revealed itself over time. Making your bed each morning meant you had accomplished your first task of the day. That simple act brought with it a sense of pride, and that pride created momentum. One task completed led to another, and then another. By the end of the day, the small victory of making your bed could lead to many more. It also reminded us that details matter. If you cannot handle the little things, you will struggle with the big things. And even if your day collapses into frustration and defeat, you will still return to a bed you made with your own hands, a quiet reminder that tomorrow offers a fresh start. If you want to change the world, begin by making your bed. SEAL training was built around teamwork, and much of it involved boat crews. Each small boat carried 7 men, 3 paddlers on each side and 1 coxswain to steer. Every morning, we hauled the rubber boats to the shoreline, formed up, and prepared to fight through the surf. Off the coast of San Diego, the waves in winter could climb to 10 feet, and unless every paddler was in rhythm with the coxswain's count, the boat would tip and dump us back on the beach. The only way forward was together. Life is the same. You cannot do everything alone. You will need companions, colleagues, mentors, even strangers to guide and support you. If you want to reach your destination, you must find others to help you paddle. Out of the 150 men who began my class, only 42 remained after a few weeks. Among the survivors were 6 boat crews. My crew was made up of taller men, but the best crew, the one that consistently outperformed the rest, was made of the smallest men. We nicknamed them the Munchkins. None stood taller than 5'5", and their little rubber fins were often the butt of jokes. But this crew, an American Indian, an African American, a Polish American, a Greek American, an Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the heartland, ran faster, swam harder, and paddled stronger than anyone else. They proved what the training constantly reinforced: size, background, and appearance meant nothing. What mattered was grit and determination. If you want to change the world, don't judge others by their looks, but by the size of their heart. Another ritual was the dreaded uniform inspection. Every stitch, every buckle, every hat crease had to be flawless. No matter how carefully we prepared, the instructors always found something wrong. Failure meant plunging into the surf fully clothed, then rolling in sand until every inch of your body was coated. We called it being turned into a sugar cookie. You spent the rest of the day cold, wet, and covered in grit. Many trainees hated the exercise because their best effort never seemed good enough. They gave up. They missed the lesson. Sometimes in life, you will follow all the rules, do everything right, and still end up punished. That is simply reality. If you want to make a difference, you must learn to accept the sugar cookies and keep moving forward. Physical trials filled every day: long runs, endless swims, obstacle courses, grueling calisthenics. Every event had strict time standards. If you failed, your name went on the circus list. The circus was 2 additional hours of punishing exercise at the end of the day. The goal was to wear you down, to crush your will. No one wanted to be in the circus, because exhaustion today meant more pain tomorrow, and more pain tomorrow often meant another circus. Everyone landed on the list sooner or later. But those who ended up there most often, the ones who endured extra punishment again and again, became the strongest, toughest, and most resilient of all. Life is filled with circuses. You will fail. You will stumble. You will face setbacks that leave you sore and drained. But those failures, if embraced, can make you stronger than you ever thought possible. The obstacle course was infamous. 25 barriers, including walls, nets, barbed wire, and rope climbs. The hardest challenge was called the Slide for Life, a 200-foot rope stretched between two towers, one tall and one short. The traditional way was to hang beneath the rope, pulling yourself hand over hand. It was slow and exhausting. The record for the entire course had stood unbroken for years. Then one day, a student took a risk. Instead of hanging underneath, he mounted the rope on top and slid headfirst. It was dangerous, one slip and he could have been badly injured, but his daring cut the time in half. He shattered the record. The lesson was clear: sometimes progress requires risk. Sometimes you have to trust yourself enough to go headfirst. Later in training, we were taken to San Clemente Island. Its waters are known to be home to great white sharks. One of our tasks was a night swim through those waters. Beforehand, the instructors delighted in describing the many species of sharks lurking below. They reminded us that, as far as they could remember, no trainee had actually been eaten. Still, we were warned: if a shark circles you, stand your ground. Do not flee. If it charges, summon all your strength and strike back, and it will turn away. Life, too, is full of sharks. If you want to accomplish your mission, you cannot back down in fear. You must hold your ground. In another drill, we practiced attacking ships underwater. Dropped outside a harbor, two SEALs would navigate for miles in total darkness, guided only by compass and depth gauge. As you approached the target, the light above dimmed, swallowed by the massive hull of the ship. The keel, the deepest, darkest part of the vessel, was where you had to go. There, the noise was deafening, the blackness absolute. Disorientation was easy, panic tempting. But it was in that moment, beneath the keel, that calm, skill, and inner strength mattered most. Life, too, has such dark moments. If you want to change the world, you must be your best when the night feels darkest. The 9th week was known as Hell Week. 6 days with almost no sleep, constant cold, endless harassment, and punishing physical trials. One night, we were sent into the mud flats, a freezing swamp where the muck swallowed you up to your neck. The instructors told us we could all get out if just 5 men quit. Only 5. Around me, I saw exhaustion and despair. Some were ready to give up. Then, in the bleak silence, a single voice began to sing. Out of tune, but strong. Another joined, then another. Soon the whole class was singing together. The cold felt less biting, the night less hopeless. That moment taught me the power of hope. One voice can inspire many. If you want to change the world, lift others up with hope, especially when the mud threatens to consume them. At the center of the training compound stood a brass bell. Ringing that bell was the one way out. No more early mornings, no more freezing swims, no more grueling runs. If you rang it, the pain ended. But so did your chance of becoming a SEAL. Every day, that bell tempted us. Every day, some gave in. But if you want to change the world, you must never, ever ring the bell. So here is what I leave you with. Start your days with small victories. Lean on others and help them paddle through life. Judge people by their determination, not appearances. Accept that life will sometimes leave you cold, wet, and covered in sand, but move forward anyway. Embrace failure and let it make you stronger. Take risks when they are needed. Stand firm when the sharks of life circle. Be calm and at your best in the darkest of moments. Offer hope when others despair. And above all, never quit. If you live by these lessons, then the world you leave behind will be better than the one you inherited. What begins here, with you, truly can change the world.